Okay, let's do it, baby. Hi everyone, I'm Annie G, and welcome to my channel where the scents are sweet and the takes, they're spicy, okay? And today, I wanna talk to you about my biggest regrets as a perfume collector, okay? Do as I say, not as I do. Learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to. Granted, I am relatively new to the perfume game. I've been collecting seriously for about 2.5 years, 3 years. So this isn't lessons from a life lived as a perfume collector, but it is my biggest regrets from being new and building my collection. So if you're new and you're building your collection, my hope is that you can learn from my mistakes. Or if you've been in the game, if you've been doing this for years, maybe you can sympathize with some of these rookie mistakes. So if that sounds interesting to you, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It means a lot to me because I am here for you. I'm here for you. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Okay, let's talk about my biggest regrets. Got my notes here. First one. Okay, first up, buying a full bottle after wearing a sample one time, okay? One time, one wearing experience is not enough to know if you're gonna love that fragrance. It's just not enough time. You need multiple wears at different times of day, maybe like a different week, different situation, because scents change based on the weather or the mood you're in, or if you're a woman, your time of the month. Okay, and so just wearing it once and being like, oh yeah, I love that, buying a full bottle, I regret so much half of my collection, how I got it, because I was so excited and I was experiencing so many new scents that my world was opened and I had never smelled before. So I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. It smells so good, I have to have it. But you don't have to have it. What I wish I would have done was use the full sample and try it in different scenarios to really form full thoughts about it before buying a full bottle. Because then you can really say, okay, I really liked it this one time I wore it, but then the next time I wore it, it didn't last as well, or something about it was a little off, and then you know. But I really think one sampling is not enough. It's not enough. Case in point is Inverness by Memo. I wore this once and was like, oh my gosh, I love it. And when I open the bottle and smell it, I do love it and I do think it's a beautiful fragrance. But depending on the time of the month, the musk note in here makes me want to gag. So like right now when I smell it, I want to gag. But then I might pick it up next week and be like, oh God, that's the best creamy sandalwood musk I've ever smelled. And so did I need to spend almost $200 on this 75 ml bottle? Probably not. Probably not, because right now when I smell it, I want to barf. So I wish I had worn it more than once between different weeks over time. So can you relate? Let me know. So that's regret number one. Regret number two, buying in store after spraying and smelling without taking a sample home and trying it there several times. The number of times that I've sprayed something in store and then gotten home and been like, oh no. Because when you're in a store, there are so many smells happening. And yeah, you can kind of get the idea if you're really up in the test strip, but when you're spraying it on yourself and you're trying to understand if it's, you know, something you want to buy a full bottle of, especially in a store where it's probably full price, it's just, you can't make that determination. You can't know if it's just that fragrance and not something else mixing with it. If you are gonna buy in a store, spray it on yourself, go outside, get fresh air, take a walk around the block, and then smell it. Clear your nose and then just smell that. When I was in Ireland, we were in Dublin and I went to Perfume and I was smelling these different tuberose fragrances and I sprayed the one that I ended up buying on me and I was like, oh yeah, I want this one. And the owner was like, no, go to dinner and come back tomorrow. And if you still want it, you can have it. And I was like, loved that. I loved that. He literally stopped me and was like, absolutely not. You're not taking this home off just one spray when you've smelled. Literally, I smelled probably 30 things in that hour that I was in that store. And he was like, no. You're gonna take your time and then you're gonna make sure that you actually want it. That was the most honorable thing he could have done. And I respect that so much. So shout out to him. I don't know his name, but sweet, sweet French man at Perfume here. Anywho, so if you are gonna buy in store, take a lap. And then also regret number 2, point B. So that was A, and then B, also not letting bossy salespeople push you into buying a fragrance when you just smelled it in the store. My real life example to you, Papyrus Moleculaire, okay? Do I love this perfume and do I think it's a beautiful perfume? Yes. However, this is 30 ml. This is 1 ounce of perfume and this was like $250 in Neiman Marcus. And why did I buy it? Because the Russian woman who was helping me was so, I don't want to say bossy, she wasn't bossy, but she was so strong in her personality that I just crumbled. I was just like, I will do whatever you tell me, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you're right. I do need this perfume. Absolutely. She was such a charismatic salesperson and such an intense personality that I literally could not say no to her. And she's my perfume gal. Now, every time I go in there, she helps me and she's my gal. But at the same time, she really sold me. She really sold me. And I wish I had just taken a sample and said, I'm gonna take this home and take a sample because I don't know that I would have spent $250 on this. I think I might have tried to find it at a discounter or something because I do really love it. I do really love it. It's like a cooler version of a Santal 33 type scent, but did I need to spend that much money at that moment? No. So part A to this regret is never buy in store off one spray. Take a lap, experience it, take some time, then come back. And then 2, don't let very intense Russian women force you to buy a perfume, okay? Or just any salesperson. So that's regret number 2, A and B. Has that ever happened to you? Have you literally just bought a perfume because you could not say no to the person helping you? I struggle so hard with standing up for myself to salespeople. I don't know why. I think it's probably because I come from a long line of sales of Greek. Sorry about that, my battery died. But as I was saying, I think I get got by salespeople so easily because I come from a long line of Greek salespeople. And it just feels like home. Whenever someone's given me the hard sell, I'm like, yeah, you're doing great. I'll buy it, of course. So if you have any tips for standing up for yourself against salespeople, please let me know. But we live and we learn. This is a big one. 3rd regret, blind buying Middle Eastern perfumes. These perfumes get so much hype online, okay? They get so much hype, and especially the inspired buys or the dupes, they get so much hype, and I'm a sucker for the hype. I'm a sucker for the hype. And I'm like, oh, I have to know what that smells like, especially if I like the original that it's trying to copy. I'm like, I have to smell it. And I will say Middle Eastern perfumes are much harder to get samples of. You can either just buy the full bottle or not. At least for me, if you're finding places to sample a lot of different Middle Eastern fragrances, where are you doing that? Please let me know. Because in my experience, the bottles, these perfumes are sometimes $20, $30. So I'm like, it's only $20, $30. I might as well just get the full thing. And then I get it and I hate it. And then I have to sell it, and the resale market for Middle Eastern, it's not great because they're already so cheap, so you might as well just get a new one. So then you're stuck with these perfumes that you've wasted money on. I wish I lived in a city that had a Middle Eastern fragrance store. I know there's ones in New York and bigger cities, but in Denver, we don't have anything like that. So I just have to blind buy all the time, and I wish I would stop. Or I wish I would take the time to find a place to sample instead of just taking the easy way out and buying the full thing. Examples, Amber Empire. People raving about how it's, such a good dupe of Blonde Amber by Clive Christian. I was like, oh great, bought it, hate it. Smells like Christmas potpourri to me. I hated it. I was like, oh man, now you're stuck with this full bottle. And then Oud Tonka by Swiss Arabian. Oh my God. The way people were raving about how beautiful it was. And I love Chagoff Oud Elixir. I was like, oh, maybe I'll like a little powdery almond moment. Oh my God. Spicy baby powder diaper wipes. So bad. I hated it. I was like, yeah, I wish I would stop doing that. Please tell me where you're sampling your Middle Eastern fragrances. I would love to know. And last, but certainly not least, probably my most profound regret, just in life as a shopper, as someone who does struggle with overspending, buying something just because it's on sale. Oh, dog hair. Whoa. My dog's hair just kind of flew through. That was crazy. Buying something just because it's on sale. Listen to me. Lean in. There will be another sale. There is always another sale. There's always another deal. You do not need to buy it right then if you do not need it. The number of perfumes that I have purchased just because they're an expensive perfume and I found a great deal, and they're a hyped perfume and I found a great deal. Oh my God, probably thousands. I'm not kidding you. Probably thousands of dollars at this point on perfumes. Maybe I've smelled them in passing. Maybe literally it's a blind buy and I buy it because I'm like, oh, this is a $600 perfume I see on Joma Shop for $250. That's insane. I should buy it. No. You should not. You should not buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy it unless you have to have it. If you know you loved it, if you've sampled it and you've worn it, this is it. This is number one on my wish list, and you find the deal of all deals, go for it. But just because it's a good deal is not sufficient reasoning to purchase a perfume or anything really. And I am preaching to the choir. I am number one bad about buying perfumes just because they're on sale. Case in point, my worst offender, hold please. This shames me to say, but Nefs by Nishane. I bought this with never smelling it. It is the most expensive perfume in my collection. And how many times have I worn it? 0 times. And I literally bought it because I saw it on a Black Friday deal for, honestly, I think I got it after all the coupons and stuff, I got it for like $175, which this is a $650 perfume. Okay, this is very expensive and I have never worn it. It is beautiful though. It kind of reminds me of Jardin de Misfa now that I'm smelling it. A little bit more Middle Eastern feeling, a little bit more oudi, and the date note is a little thicker, but gorgeous perfume. Have I ever worn it? No, absolutely not. And I spent so much money on it. We gotta stop. I gotta stop. So now I'm working really hard to stop myself when I see a sale, and I'm just adding things to cart because I'm like, oh, 20% off. Oh, I would like to have this. I would like to have that. Throw it to cart, put the 20. No, stop. You don't need it just because it's on sale. You don't need it. So those are my confessions. Those are my regrets as a perfume collector. Let me know, can you relate? What are your biggest perfume regrets? What do you wish you had known earlier in your perfume collecting journey that you know now, that we can impart upon our younger members of the community who might just be starting or building their collection? Because it is an expensive hobby, you guys. It's really expensive and it's so fun, and I love the community and I love the artistry and I love the history and and all that, but it is really expensive. And in this economy, you guys, we gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. And so let's all share tips and tricks, learn from each other, grow together. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this topic. Let me know also in the comments what kind of videos you like to see, what other types of videos you want to see. I'm very open to feedback. I love making these videos, but it sucks when no one watches them. So I'm like, what do people want to see? So let me know. Anywho, love y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye.